What is up YouTube, IDM here, and welcome back to another video. So I'm going to show you guys how to get out of a boot loop. Now this iPhone is legit boot looped right now. We could sit here and watch this Apple logo all day long. And a little bit of backstory here quick on the boot loop. Basically this iPhone is on iOS 14.3, which is pretty outdated right now. The most up-to-date version is 15.1. And this iPhone was jailbroken on 14.3. It was jailbroken with Taurine, and I was doing a bunch of jailbreak beta testing, which was a pretty big mistake, obviously. But you live and you learn, and I like to think that because of my boot loop, the jailbreak now has some new fail-safe features. But anyways, that's the backstory of my iPhone. Now, regardless to why your iPhone is in a boot loop, unfortunately, we're going to have to factory restore the iPhone. And that's going to force your iPhone to update to whatever's the latest version from Apple or whatever Apple is currently signing. There is no way around it. There is no way I can restore this iPhone to iOS 14.3 right now and not lose the jailbreak, unfortunately. So that's just kind of, the name of the game sometimes. So if you get in a boot loop, this is how you guys can get out of it. Now, like I said, it's in a permanent boot loop. The first thing you guys can try to attempt though before restoring it is just a hard reboot to the device. This sometimes can kick you out of sticky situations. So what you can do, at least if you're on an iPhone 8 and newer, which I'm assuming most of you will be, if you're on an iPhone 7 or older, the button combo is different, obviously, because you'll have the home button. But for all modern iPhones, it's volume up, volume down, and then you hold the side button. And now you're gonna know it worked because the Apple logo is gonna disappear, and just keep holding the side button until the Apple logo reappears. So just keep waiting and wait for the Apple logo to show back up, and then you can release. And now you can wait and see if your iPhone is still stuck in a boot loop. And this one will for sure still be stuck in a boot loop. I know that for a fact, but you can sit and wait like a minute or two to see if it kicks it out of the boot loop. Sometimes you can get it to kick out, but it's pretty rare. So I would only attempt this like once or twice. And if you're still stuck in the loop, then this is your next best option. So like I said, what we're going to have to do now is fully restore this iPhone, which sucks, but it's better than having an iPhone that doesn't work. Now, unfortunately, since we are restoring it, if you guys have not made any backups to your iPhone and you don't have anything saved to iCloud, you basically will lose everything on your iPhone. Now, luckily, I keep backups of everything, my photos, messages, Safari, mail, everything in iCloud, so I'm not too worried about this. But just take note, if you don't have backups and you don't use iCloud, you're about to lose everything on your iPhone, unfortunately. So what we're going to do is we're actually going to plug it into our computer. As you can see, my dock is right here plugged into my Mac. And I'm just going to put it in the dock here. And now I'm going to basically put my iPhone into recovery mode, which is going to allow my Mac to recognize that it is there. So I'm going to go ahead and just get my Mac screen recording for you guys so you can see everything that it is doing here. So to get into recovery mode, what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and power it off by doing the hard reboot. And then once it starts to boot back up, we're going to hold the volume down and the side button together until we get the recovery screen. So I'm going to do that now. So volume up, volume down, and I'm going to hold the side button until the Apple logo disappears. And now my iPhone is powered off. And now I'm going to click and hold the volume down and the side button together and just keep holding them until you see the recovery screen, which is basically a lightning connector showing you that you're connected to the computer. Now, you can restore your iPhone obviously with Mac or Windows. I just know that if you're on Windows, you want to make sure that you have the most up-to-date version of iTunes. And also make sure that iTunes is directly from Apple and not from the Windows Store. So there you go. As you can see, it has put my iPhone into recovery mode now, so it's not in a boot loop anymore, and my computer can recognize it. So now we're going to hop onto my Mac here, and as you can see, there is a problem with the iPhone that requires it to be updated or restored. So that's what I meant. It's going to do both. It's going to fully restore it and update it to the newest version. Now I have tried beforehand, just before I did this video, I attempted to do just an update, because update means it will update the iOS version, but you won't lose anything. So all your apps and everything will still be there. And then restore is factory restore the iPhone. It's gonna be like you just got it in the box brand new with nothing on it. So that's unfortunately what we have to do. So I'm gonna click on restore. You can see here, we'll do restore and update. We got another pop-up. So we'll click on that, and I'm just going to go ahead and make this screen a little bit smaller so that you can see both the iPhone and the Finder screen all in one. So at this point, it's going to extract the software. It's going to restore the iPhone. This part's going to take quite a while. Usually it takes like 20 to 30 minutes or so. So I'm going to let it go through this process. I'm going to speed it up for you guys, and I'll be back once it's all done. Oh, and I quickly wanted to jump in that if you guys don't have any luck with getting your iPhone into recovery mode, like if there's nothing you can do, it just will not go into recovery mode, you can also try DFU mode. That's a little bit more technical in terms of the button combos. So I would recommend you guys to Google search how to put your specific iPhone model into DFU mode. So you could attempt that and then plug it into your computer in DFU mode and attempt to do the restore with that method. And aside from those two options, recovery mode and DFU mode, those are really the only two options that you have in terms of getting your computer to recognize your iPhone to fully restore it. If you can't get any of that to work, I would just advise maybe taking it to the local Apple store and having them take a look at it if your buttons are broke or something like that. Because those are really your only two options, is recovery mode and DFU mode, and both of them should allow your computer to recognize your iPhone so that you can restore it. So I'll just let the iPhone continue restoring, and I'll be back once it's done. Okay, it looks like it's just finishing up. I did speed this up considerably. This has taken probably about 20 minutes or so for it to restore, but it is hopefully going to boot up now for the first time in quite some time, since we've been stuck in that boot loop. And then once we get booted up here, we should have the whole hello screen, and then we can choose from backups and iCloud and all of that. So I'll be back once it's done booting up. And there we go, it says hello, and we have successfully gotten it out of the boot loop. So now I'm just going to quickly go through the quick setup here, just to show you guys that the iPhone is operational. So let me go ahead and connect to my internet. And as you can see, this iPhone is still iCloud locked because I was the last iCloud to be connected. So I'm going to go ahead and enter that now. And I'm just going to click continue. I'll set up Face ID later. I will set up passcode later. And then from here, of course, remember, if you guys are restoring your iPhone, just check and make sure, if you have a backup or not from it. I'm not going to worry about any of this because this is a secondary device for me, so it's not my main iPhone, so I'm not worried about losing anything. But you might have a backup on your computer. You might have one, from iCloud. So just check for your backups. That way you're not losing all your data. I'm just going to do don't transfer. Okay, and we can agree to the terms. And there we go. Welcome to iPhone. And there we go. We have an operational iPhone once again. And I'm going to get the stupid battery message because I have a replacement battery that's not by Apple in here. But the iPhone does work. Let's check its iOS version just to see. General and about. So it is on software version 15.1. So again, it does force you to fully update to the latest version of iOS. But hopefully this video helped you guys get out of a boot loop. If it did, definitely throw me a thumbs up. That helps me out a lot here at the channel. I'll leave the written directions in the description as well if you guys need to refer to that. But if this video helped you out, definitely throw a thumbs up. This has been IDM, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Later.